Oh, what a beautiful morning. Oh, what a beautiful day. I got this great big feeling. Everything's going my way. Well, it's the next day. Another day. Another video. Look at this floor, would you? Remember I put that second coat on just before dark and it dried. It's all, hey, it's fine. This is looking really super. Okay, the weather's not looking that great outside and it says there's a 30% chance of rain, so I'm not sure exactly what I'm going to do. I think I'm gonna work on these stairs a little bit. I'm not going to scrape off too much stuff around the edges. The stucco is lifted in certain areas, and I think what I'm going to do is I'm just going to work on these a little bit. You know, where the stucco's raised up a little bit. I don't know what caused that. See there? I'm gonna kind of chisel that down with one of my putty knives. And look at that. It's almost like they put another skin layer on, because there's stucco behind here. This whole wall was stuccoed before they built the stairs, and I think what happened is after they built the stairs, they might have put, I think what they did is they put more of that trivet or something on there. I think they rolled it on there after the fact, is what it looks like, because there's raised edges around here. See all that? And it's down here, it's right there. It's down along in here. Everywhere I look, there's bits of it that have to be scraped down, chiseled off. Because eventually, I'm gonna end up caulking this whole thing with the extreme stretch caulking that I used for up top. What the heck? Bird poop on my wall cap, my column cap. So I think I'll do a little bit of stuff down here today, and eventually I'm gonna have to patch the stucco or something. See this edge, how it's pushed out? Look at that. I can push right in there. If I chisel this off, it's like a layer, a whole skin layer that I could pull this whole section off. But I don't think I want to do that. It's getting ready to be winter, and what I might do is just take the extreme stretch and just put a little caulking on there for the time being, and then in the summer I might have to get down and dirty, make a different video on taking this out and patching the stucco. Oh, look at that. See these cracks down here? That's what happens with stucco. And here's one up here. Now, anytime it rains, water can get down in there and it could possibly leak. Look at this wall cap here. There's a gap there. There's a slight gap there. They stuccoed these columns, this whole top of it, and then they put the concrete mortar bed on there, and then they put the top on there. So there's stucco on top of that. Chances are it's not going to leak, but you never know, right? Wherever there's a crack, there's a chance of water coming in. I'm gonna have to recalc that, and I don't know if I use an extreme stretch there. I might have to get some grayish concrete caulking for that, maybe. Boy, look at that down there too. It looks like, yeah, wow, see there? That's just, I could just peel, I could pull this right off, but I'm not going to. Get that. All right, I'm gonna work on this a little bit today. The weather should cooperate with me in the next few days. It's supposed to be sunny again. Then I'll come back and put a little stucco patch in here, and I have to patch down in there with some stucco patch right here. And I happen to have some, and I'll show you that on a different video. I'm just kind of looking to see what all I need to do. See, eventually, now that I've got this down here, I'm gonna end up putting more of this flooring material down along here, and then I'll do the stucco patch and run the stucco patch on down in here, and that'll be like a secondary or a primary area to prevent the water from leaking. And then if it does get behind my patch, it's going to trickle down and it's going to hit my roofing material, and it should not leak through that. It should just come down like that. That's why I didn't want to do the stucco patch first and then do the roofing material up to just here and have it leak, the stucco patch leak up here, let's say, or above this line, and then it would obviously leak right down in there, and this wouldn't do anything, would it? So is there a certain way when you patch things on steps that you should do first, second, third, fourth? Yeah, there is. You see those clouds? The rain is coming, and so I don't think I'm going to end up being able to do much on my flooring job today. Don't let that stop you doing other things to get caught up around the house. Now, dabbity nabbit, I just put my nail bag on and stuff. Look at this. I still have not worn long pants on this project other than those overalls because the weather's been so good, but it's raining 10 minutes after I just said I was going to start scraping down there. I did it just barely, and it starts raining. And that's why I wanted to get that second coat on there last night and for this to dry. And hey, if it wants to rain all day long, it's okay. This is all protected now, and it's not going to leak. The water can run out right down through there. Granted, I still have a lot of work to do on this floor, believe it or not, before I put these concrete pavers back down. But at least I know that if it does start raining now and again, I'm covered. Okay? I'm not done with this project. Not in the least bit just yet, because of all the other stuff I still have to do, but obviously I can't do anything in the rain. So, hey, always have a backup plan. I've got some other stuff I can be working on, and specifically that deals with this stuff right here. This was the stuff that I pulled up in this whole area before. It came like 3 foot, maybe 4 foot wide sheets, maybe even a little bit, maybe 4 foot wide sheets probably, because this one starts out from here and I had to cut it. Remember, it was flopped over and there was a line in here, and then there was another piece. And so when I took all that stuff up, some of it broke, and so what I have to do is I have to lay it all out, and I've got an area underneath the house where I can put it in the garage and I can work on it and it has to do with I saved some of this stuff that broke off. See, that's all it is little plastic dimples. I didn't want to throw this stuff away just yet. I've got some more pieces back in there, and I've got some saved. And what I have to do is the areas that it was still glued down in a couple spots, it came off and I had to scrape it up, and I'm going to end up flopping it upside down, the old stuff, and taking those little bits and gluing them back on, because I don't know where they fall in relation to the seams of the tiles and that kind of stuff. And I'm going to do a little work on that as it's raining. It's only supposed to rain for a little while, and in fact I think it's already slowing down. It's just drizzling a little bit. Once it stops raining, it's supposed to clear up for the rest of the day after a couple hours. So then at that point it's all wet, but I can still scrape all my stucco, my edges. See those edges? I can clean those up with a stiff putty knife and a scraper, a crummy screwdriver and stuff. It's just some things that are gonna have to eventually be done, but it's stuff that, hey, I can do it now. It's not gonna really affect anything. Now do you see also why I put primer on here? I put 2 coats of primer on these 2 steps. That way the brand new Douglas fir wood would not get soaked, and this kind of protects it to a certain extent. And I'll end up leaving that until I get done with all these other stairs. Once I get ready to paint, I'll paint everything all in one go. I'm just thinking of other things that will move my project along. Well, I hope you learned something today. Well, that's all I got for this time, but I'll be back with more videos.